Ah, shit. Here we go again.
So Rob running down the tier, screaming my name. Donta, 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 I need you, bro. I need you. So I hurry up and grab the sword of justice and I pop out the cell. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, I need for you to hide me, bro. Hide me, man. They trying to get me. They trying to get at me. I said, who trying to get at you? So he was like, man, such and such them. Now, for the sake of this story, I'm not going to tell y'all who such and such is because they are part of a gang and they are from Columbus, Ohio, and I have a lot of homeboys and associates that's a part of this gang. And the reason why they was after Rob, well, it was for some nefarious reasons. And I'm not going to mention the name of the gang because these couple of dudes that was involved with, Rob or whatever, they are a bad representation of this gang. So I'm not going to put the gang out there, right? But anyway, so I'm like, man, what's going on? He said, man, look, I walked in on something and I didn't, man, just hide me. So I said, get up under the mat, get under the mat. Now, well, that's the mat, I was talking about the bunk bed, right? So he slid up under there, right? And I put a couple of things right there. So two of these guys run past my cell, right? And then one peek his head and he like, hey, did you see Rob come through here? I said, nah. He was like, did you see where he went? I said, nah, I just got up. He was like, oh, okay. And he took off running, right? And I hear some guys like, hey, man, I think he over there. Oh, no, he ran out, man. He going towards the yard, right? So I peeked my head out the cell, and I'm looking, and I said, okay, the coast's clear. So I'm sitting on my bed. I'm like, hey, Rob, man, what the hell you do? What happened? He like, man, Donta, listen. Okay, so I got up, right? I've been asleep all day. And so I went to go get in the shower. And I seen A, B, C. And they was doing something that they had no business doing. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to tell y'all, well, I guess I could hint at it, but I don't want to go into great detail of what he told me he seen. But let's put it this way. Imagine three men in the shower doing the unthinkable to each other. And we just going to leave it at that. So he said that when he seen that, he was just stuck. And, the guys turned around and looked at him and they was startled. And he said he just took off running. And he said they just took off running after him, right? So now he in the cell with me. So I said, "Are you for real?" He said, "Yeah, man. They was doing that. They was doing that. And they trying to kill me, bro. I need for you to help me." Now at this time, y'all know Donta offered the protection in prison, meaning if you had issues with people, or you a brand new inmate in here, whatever, and you don't know how to survive, you don't know how to move around, and you need some paid protection, you'll come holler at me. But in this particular case, I didn't really take on beef that was already in motion, like what he got going on. But I knew Rob because he stayed like 2 blocks away from me in Flint, Michigan, right? And we was cool, but we wasn't friends or nothing like that. But, I knew him from the hood or whatever. So, like I said, normally I wouldn't get in the beef while it's already in motion. You have to come to me prior so I can know what's going on, because the gang that was after him were the 3 guys that was after him. I was cool with a lot of their members. But I wasn't cool with the 3 guys that he named that was after him and caught them doing the unthinkable to each other. So I said, look, just stay under the bed, right? I'm about to go shoot a couple of moves. I'm finna go holler at a couple of people and see what's going on, right? So I get out there, I tuck the sword of justice, and I get the bailing, right? So I go down the tier and I go out, right? So I see two of the members that had nothing to do with this incident. And I said, yo, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, what's up? I said, hey, let me holler at you right quick. You're like, what's up? I said, listen, it's some crazy going on right now. You know, Rob, right? He said, yeah. Matter of fact, have you seen him? I said, hold up. What did you hear about Rob? What do you, like, why y'all trying to get at Rob? Oh, man, some of the homeboys said that they caught him stealing out somebody's cell, right? One of the homies' cell, and we finna get at him. He just ran like a little rat. I said, that's what you heard? He said, yeah. So, yeah, it's a green light on him. I said, listen, I'm not trying to get in y'all mix or anything, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Because he came to me looking for assistance. So the dude I was talking to, a part of his gang, you know, me and him was cordial. We was cool. We was all right. So he said, he came for you for protection. I said, yeah, man. He said, well, hey, we need that. We need to get at him. I said, but wait, I need to tell you something, though. See, the story you telling me that somebody caught him in one of your homeboy cells stealing, I got a whole different story. He like, what you mean you got a whole different story? I said, man, come on, let's come over this way. I said, listen, I'm not trying to get in y'all mix. I'm not trying to, cover for dude. But, when I ran into dude, he told me that he caught 3 of your homies in the shower doing a 3-way. And he said, what? I said, yeah, that's what he told me. So he said, ho. So you seen Rob, he asked you for protection, and he told you that he caught 3 of my people in the shower doing some crazy I said, yeah, that's what he told me. He said, that's why they after him. He said, hey, where he at? Where he at? I said, listen, I can't tell you where he at, but we gonna have to do this right, man, because listen, if he did go into one of your homies' cell and he stole something from them, then hey, it's a green light. It is what it is. But if he's running for his life because he caught some of your homies doing some things they ain't supposed to do, well, that got to be held in court. So he was like, well, where he at? I said, just give me your word that y'all gonna give him a fair shake. He was like, all right, let me go holler at some of my homies right quick. Right? So I said, all right. So he left for about 5 minutes, right? About 7 minutes to go by. And about 10 of his guys, 10 people in that gang, including like 3 of them that I knew personally that I was tight with. They approached me like, okay, Dante, we got it set. We finna go get the 3 dudes that, that he claimed that this happened to, and we finna hold court. I said, all right, I got your word, right? He said, yeah, we got it, we got you. So I said, all right. So I went upstairs, right, and went in my room. I'm like, hey, Rob, listen. I talked to some of the OG homies, and they willing to hear you out. He's like, man, what you mean they willing to hear me out? I said, listen, you really ain't got no choice. Because, you can't stay in this cell forever. You know what I'm talking about? They wanna know. They saying that you went in one of their homeboys' cell and stole some things, and you got caught, and that's what you trying to cover up for. He was like, man, I didn't go into nobody's dang cell, man. I told you what happened. I said, listen, one of the OG homies, they gave me their word, and I got a couple homeboys in that crew or whatever. And, they said they give you a fair shake. So I said, if you stole from them, you need to let me know, because you got me in a situation that, I don't know 100% if you, what I'm talking about, if you telling the truth. I don't know that. So, I set it up where y'all can discuss that. So he like, man, all right. So I said, you good, you straight? He said, yeah. I said, all right, hold on, let me go see what they had a meeting at. So I leave off the cell and I go down the tier. And I see now it's like they whole gang is right there. And the three dudes that's being accused of doing the unthinkable, they right there too. And they about 30 deep. So I'll go over there straight to the leader. I said, listen, he said he willing to come out, he ready to talk about it, but he just really want to get this stuff situation and let y'all know that he did not steal nothing. So the dude like, all right, man, tell him, come on, man, come on. So I go upstairs. I said, all right, they ready for you. So he like, man, Donta, you got me right. I said, I got you to a certain degree, man. I got you to this meeting. So let's just see what's going to happen. So he like, all right, man. So we leave out my cell and I walk him down, right? So I see them all going towards the bathroom, right, where the shower's at. So I guess this where the meeting at. So we go up in there, right? The three guys that's, being accused of the unthinkable, they standing right there to the right. The rest of the gang over here to the left. And then me and Rob walk in, right? So he like, there you go. That's the mother effer right there, right? That's the three dudes, right? They acting all crazy. So they leader like, man, y'all fall back, chill. He got some crazy stuff that he, told the homie Dante. So we finna get down to the bottom of this. So he like, okay, Rob, tell us what you told Dante. He said, look, I was asleep. I woke up. I went down there to get in the shower. When I entered in here, I see them three right there touching each other. So the OG of them was like, what? He said, yeah, they was touching on each other. And, the other three guys that's been accused, like, man, this mother effer lying, man. He lied, man, I'm finna get at him. So they kept trying to walk towards him, but the other gang restrained him, like, no, y'all chill. So OG dude, like, hey, don't be BSing, man, because, well, first of all, we don't tolerate no type of homosexuality in this gang at all. So you need to be straight up real. If you stole from them, if you stole something from one of my little homies, you need to just say that, because you're getting a whole bunch of stirred up. So that's the honest to God truth. So dude, like, Rob, like, yeah, man, that's what I seen. I didn't steal anything. What did I steal? Who did I steal from? And they couldn't come up with no answer, right? So the OG homie said, okay, look, this what we gonna do. Since I can't get the truth out between you or y'all three, I'm automatically gonna ride with my people. But there's a big but. Since I can't find out if y'all three was doing that type of right there, we gonna do this the right way. All four of y'all gonna catch a fade. So Rob like, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that, as long as y'all don't jump me. So dude like, nah. Matter of fact, we gonna do it. We gonna do one better. Y'all gonna go to knife play. So dude like, Rob like, knife play. He like, yeah, because what you being accused of, and then you accusing my homies of doing, that's just the death penalty. One of y'all, somebody got to die. Blood got to be spilled. So he's like, matter of fact, Dante, go ahead and get up out of here, man. Roll on up out. Right? So I got up out of there because it was not none of my business. So I leave up out of the bathroom, right? About 15 minutes to go by, I see these dudes leaving out of the shower. Everybody piling out, everybody leaving. And I'm watching to see, is Rob gonna come out? I didn't see Rob come out, y'all. Nor did I see two of the guys that was accused of doing the unthinkable to each other. I didn't see them come out neither. So I sat there for a minute. I said, the heck happened? Did they pour out Rob? Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do y'all think happened?